for our accreditation. All right, so here we go. So 2/5 plus 5/27. See, that's an S. I'm going to make it an X because my S's look like 5s. This is an S right here. X, I'll just make it X over 45. Okay. So fractions, this whole chapter is fractions. It's called rationals, but ratio is just a fancy word for fractions. This whole chapter is fractions. So here we have fractions again. There's one fundamental, really important thing that's different, though, about the fractions in this section, 5.5, compared to all the fractions we just did in 5.2. It's one small little symbol, and that's what it is. It's the equals, right? You notice it's got an equal. And the other ones, if you look back, well, I don't want to mess around, but if you look back, the ones we just did, none of them had equal signs. They're all just three things added or subtracted or whatever. It wasn't anything equals anything. Whereas this is an equation, right? Notice it's got a left, I can put a wall in here, which might be helpful. Probably will be. Left side, right side, system imbalance. Didn't have that in the problems we just finished. So I really want to pause for just a minute and help you to think clear on that. Because you know the battle on a math test, especially this next math test, you'll get it and they can kind of all look alike, you know. Let me help you with that. It's a big difference whether they have an equals or don't have an equals. If they simply change this symbol in the middle to be plus, that would be really a completely different problem. Just that little small change. That'd be a problem for the last section. And I would give them what they're missing, top and bottom, and do that whole song and dance we just did. But it's going to be different when they have an equal sign. It's actually going to be easier. It's good news. This will be an easier section. Then it won't be quite as messy as the last section. Now, why? Why? How do you know what to do and what to do about it? It's all about balance. Remember how I said whenever you bring something new, so am I coming through loud and clear? Is the radio station attuned to me? I know your brain can go all different places, right? I've told you the stories I've had about the student that didn't know I passed out the key, right? I told you that. Did I tell you that? No, I didn't tell you that. I forget which classes. I learned one semester, about my second year teaching, that not everybody was hanging on every word I said the whole time from the front, to a big degree, actually. And I passed out middle of a lab in a class. I accidentally passed out my key. They had the answers all over it. It was just a lab. It was fine. So I stopped class and went, oh, I accidentally passed out my key. Somebody got the key. Somebody got the key. Big deal. I mean, stopped the whole class 5 minutes. Nobody had it. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just solve them as we go. And so I was solving them on the overhead as we went. About a half an hour later, through the class, lady in the back, young lady, raised her hand and goes, Mr. Heron, I got something funny all over mine. And there it was. There was my key. And I mean, to make that mistake, I mean, I understand we're not always doing it. It had red writing like all over it. You know, the other ones were completely blank. And I stopped class for a good 5 minutes and made a huge deal about it. And I just thought, well, I remember when I got back to my office that day, I thought, wow. I mean, I know they're not hanging on every word, but what was going on in her mind for that entire 5 minutes? You know, she was just thinking, what am I going to do this weekend? And when am I going to get married? And when, you know, and what's my future? You know, she was not with me. So, are you with me? Am I not doing the Charlie Brown 111? Because it's an important big deal here. Equal sign, left and right. No equal sign, no left and right. I mean, that's a simple thing to say. But that matters because remember, anything new that I bring, I'm going to bring in things like we did last time, like missing things and things like that. But I'm going to do it differently. Why? Because here I have a left and a right. In the last section we just finished, I didn't. Did you catch that statement? What do I mean? If this was just a plus sign here, then I would not have a left and right. I mean, you can look at it and go, well, you got a left, middle, and a right. Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't have a left of the equal sign and a right of the equal sign. I wouldn't have a left side and a right side that are equal. If that was a plus, I would not have a left and a right. So therefore, anything new, like this would be a problem from the last section. What did we do with the things we brought in from the last section? We did top and bottom, didn't we? Why? Because we had to. So in math, we're always doing a balance, but there's two ways to do that. Top, bottom, or left, right. Did you catch that? When we bring something new into a problem that wasn't already there, we got to be careful how we do it because we can't change things. So there's two ways. You got to do it with balance. There's two ways to do that. Two ways to keep a balance. Top and bottom of a fraction. If you do the same thing at the top, same thing at the bottom. You haven't changed it. You did balance. Or, if you have an equal sign, you can do left side of the equal sign, right side of the equal sign. And don't even worry about the bottom. That's what we get to do here, because we're going to have equal signs. So I'm not thinking, so when I look at a problem with equals, I'm not thinking top, bottom. I'm thinking left, right, because I have a left and a right now. See the difference? In the last section, there were no equals. So that's why I had to do the give missing top and bottom. I'm not going to do that here. All my work's going to be left and right. Okay, other than that, it's pretty much the same. So I really want to make a big deal out of that difference, because otherwise it'll look kind of the same, but easier. All right, so for starters, we need to get rid of those fractions, huh? I'm going to get them out of there. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, you can form the LCD out of all those things. That'd be a good idea. Yeah, it would be. So let's do. Remember how to do the LCD thing? Put them in the box. Whoops, not 2. We don't have a 2. 5 and 27 and 45, like that. What goes into a couple of those numbers? 5 does. Yeah, you could do 5. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 45 9 times. 5 doesn't go into 27, so you bring down the 27. Let me slow down for a minute. You okay? Remember the box LCD thing? Can we go again? We can, huh? What goes into a couple of those? 9, huh? 9 goes into 27 3 times. 9 goes into 9 once. 9 doesn't go into 1, so just bring it down. And there we go. No more. We don't do 1. Everything goes into 1. I mean, 1 goes into everything. Anyway, whatever. We're done there. So 5 times 9 times 1 times 3 times 1, right? 5 times 9 times 3. What is it? 135. Thank you. 135. So that's our LCD. Remember how to find those? 135? Now, the question is, what am I going to do with that 135? Remember, I have an equal sign. So I'm not going to do top bottom. That's not that 135. I'm going to bring it into this problem. It's new, so I got to do it with balance, but I'm not going to do top bottom because I have an equal sign. I'm going to do the 135, all the terms on the left and the one term on the right. No bottoms. I'm not putting that 135 in the bottom anywhere. Why not? Because I don't have to. I'm free to just do left, right, and that's better. I'm going to wipe out all the dots. It's going to be a way easier problem than the ones in the last section because I don't have to mess with the bottom. I'm going to cancel out those denominators. There's going to be no more fractions after step 1. It's going to be way easier. Everybody see why I'm allowed to do that? Because they'll both be there in the exam. And they won't say hint, left, right here, hint, top, bottom here. You'll have to look, and when you see an equal sign, you think, oh, left, right, got an equal sign. No equal sign, top, bottom, top, bottom. All right, so let's do it. Now, what do we do from here? So notice I only put them in the top, huh? Top, top, top. Only top, no bottom, because I'm thinking left, right. Got your calculator? 5 into 135. I think it's 27 times. 27. Yeah, you just cross cancel. Yeah, cross cancel, because it's just top to bottom canceling. Right, because that 135 is over 1, right? These are all 135s in the top. So they cancel, cross cancel stuff in the bottom. So then what's left over here? 2 times 27, 54. Everybody see what happened in the first one? The 5 canceled into the 135, leaving 27. 27 times, so you cross cancel and leftovers multiply. 27 goes into 135 5 times. By the way, if you want a little, I don't know if you want more information, but you can tell over here. See the 135, here's a little trick. 135 is made out of all these guys, right? These guys multiplied together and made the 135. So if you take out 27, you're taking out 3 and 9. That's 27. What's left? Of course it's 5, right? Anyway, you can just use a calculator. So 27 goes into 135 5 times. The leftovers multiply the 5 times 5, 25. Tracking with me? So you cross cancel, just divide on your calculator. The 5 answer times the 5 that was already there, 25. Over here, 45 into 135. It's got to be 3. And what's left over? X and 3, 3x. Look at that, no fractions. They all were canceled out. Everybody see what happened there? Now it's easy, huh? Just add these two together, which is 79 equals 3x. Last step. 5 by 3, we're done.
Yeah, you can't reduce it.
Boom, there it is, 79/3. So you get rid of the fractions on the first step. That's why this section's easier. Because we're doing left-right. We don't have to do top-bottom because we have an equal sign. Questions I can answer on that? That making sense? Okay. So y over 6 minus y over 25 is 150. So you got to find the common denominator, right? Do the little box thing on the side. Is that 150 a denominator?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's just a. It's not under a bar, so it's not part of the denominator, right?
6 times 25 is 1.
Coincidental.
Can you go back just a second?
Sure. Good. Let's try that. So take the 6 and the 25 in the box. I don't think anything goes into 6 and 25, does it?
No.
No. So just times them. It coincidentally is 150. That is a coincidence, right? Don't think anything deeper of it. And what do? You multiply, and the right side. Why the right side? Well, you got to do the same thing left and right, right? If they were equal before, you treat them the same, they'll still be equal. Left and right. Top. 150, 150, 150. Top. Cross cancel, multiply whatever's left over. Then solve for y, give you a second. Good, is this going okay for you? So 6 goes into 150, 25 times, huh? So you can, and then whatever's left over multiplies. When I say left over, I mean not canceled out, right? Because the 150 is canceled out, he's not there anymore. The 6 is canceled out, he's not there anymore. So what's left over? 25 times y. 25y. Good for the first term? Then the second one. 25 goes into 150 6 times, so what's left over? 6 and y. And now, what are these do these guys cancel? No, they're both over 1. They're both numerator. You only cancel top to bottom, huh? Numerator to denominator. They're both numerator. They're just going to multiply. What is it? 22500?
Yeah.
Like that. They just multiply. Just times them on your calculator. Does that make sense why they don't cancel? You only cancel top to bottom. They're both top. So they're both over 1. They're whole numbers. They just multiply. No more fractions. See how we get rid of the fractions on the first step? That's why this section is easier. Then just finish it up. 25 minus 6, was that 19? 19y. 22,500. Last step, divide by 19. There it is. Questions on that one? You all good? No questions? So it's the same thing. When you got equal sign, it's just top. So 4 over y plus 2 over y equals 3. So what's in the denominator on this one? Y is the only thing under any bar anywhere, huh? That 3's not a denominator.
But you can multiply it by y over 1, right?
So what's the common denominator? What's the only denominator? Y. No. Y is the... Remember, with letters, we only take one of every type. Remember common denominator for letters? You only take one of every type. You don't take both y's. You don't take y squared. Does that make sense? Remember shopping? You're shopping, you're only going to buy one of every type at the store. That whole thing, I tell you, do LCD. So you're only taking one y. So, okay, so what do I do with it? Y. Right across the top. Y. Top. Cancel out.
Wow. 2.
You like these better, right?
Yes.
So these y's cancel, these y's cancel. 4 plus 2, this is 3y. Get to there. This is 6 equals 3y. No more fractions, huh? First step, the fractions go away, which is so nice. And then the last step, just divide by the 3.
Clean numbers make me happy.
They make me happy too. Y equals 2. Yeah?
Can you also add the fractions and then multiply by y?
Oh, good question. You could. Now, in general, that's not going to be usually a good game plan. But you're right on this one that you can make that work pretty well on this one. You're right. Good on that. Other questions? Five over z plus 9. 4 over z minus 1. It's got an equal sign. So all of our thinking is left and right, not top bottom. So what's the LCD on that? What's the common denominator?
C plus.
Both of them.
Z
Huh.
minus 1.
Yeah, they're packages, right? Z plus 9 is a glued Costco package. Z minus, plus and minus is glue things, right? So Z plus 1's a glued package. Z minus 1's a glued package. And you're shopping at Costco, and you're going to buy one of every type of package. So you need them both, right? And what do we do with the common denominator? Put it in the top. Put it in the top. Only the top. Why am I allowed to only do the top? Why don't I have to do the bottom? Because I have an equal sign. I'm not even thinking top, bottom. I'm thinking left of the equal sign, right of the equal sign. So it's totally fine when there's an equal sign. C plus 9's cancel. Right, you cross cancel, multiply what is left over. So we have 5 and z minus 1. Z minus 1's cancel. 4 and z plus 9. Everybody see what happened there? By the way, we could have just cross multiplied as well. To see how that would have been exactly the same result. I don't know if you remember that. That's kind of nice to do sometimes. Is just went diagonal from the beginning. Same. You get the same thing. You see. It's the same thing either way.
And that's the answer.
What's that?
Is that the answer?
No. Got to keep. Now we distribute. Keep going. Boom and a boom. So 5z minus 5. Distribute. 4z plus 36. There's the wall. Z is saying I want to be alone. So what do we do to get z alone there? You got z on opposite sides. Yeah, don't worry about the minus 5 plus 36 right now. Focus on the z's. Yeah, what do we always do when we got z's on opposite sides? Get rid of one of them. Get rid of the lower one's a good idea. Yeah. So just subtract the 4z. Notice we have no more fractions after that first step. And so what does that leave us? 1z minus 5 is 36. Then add the 5. So 1z, these cancel, is what, 41? Z is 41? We got it. So is that making sense? So we've had two different styles of denominators and how we handle those, haven't we? So if you have denominators, like what if this was a plus? Well, let me not mess that up. But over on the side here, what if, I want to make sure this is making sense for you. What if it had been 5 over z plus 9 plus, instead of equals, plus. What if I'd had plus in the middle instead of equal? How would I have done this problem? Top and bottom, because there's no left right here. I mean, you might think, well, that's left. No, I mean, there's no equal sign. So there's no left and right of the equals. I can't do left and right. It wouldn't. It's not allowed. I'd have to do top and bottom. So I'd have to come in here and give him top and bottom what he's missing. Z minus 1, Z minus 1. That was the last section. And then this one, top and bottom what he's missing, Z plus 9, Z plus 9. Then they'd have the same denominator, right, common. Then I'd distribute the top, on you'd go. Everybody seeing that difference? So when you have an equal sign, you just do top only, not bottom, because you're doing left and right of the equal sign. So that's allowed. Doing the same thing to both sides equal sign. All right. So we have y plus 6 over y is 7 over 6. All right, we've got an equal sign. You know what to do with it. So multiply both sides by the common denominator. Top, top. Common denominator is 6y, right? You with me? So 6y, 6y. So cross cancel and multiply whatever's left over.
Well, you can't do it separately, the 6 and a y separately?
Do what's that?
Like you have to put them together, the 6 and the y?
What would separately mean exactly?
Like y and then
Individual parentheses and then the 6 and then the
Just like, you mean, just like a y and then like a 6 like that?
Yeah.
That's okay, it's the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, totally good either way. Yeah, either way. So solve from there. So y cancels y. Good, so you cross cancel. Whatever's left over multiplies. What's left over? That 6 is going to distribute, isn't it? 6y plus 36. Is that good?
equals 7y.
And then these 6's cancel. We get 7y.
subtract 6y from both sides.
Is that okay? No more fractions, right? After the first step. So that's the crucial. I think if you make it past step 1, you're good on these. Is that okay? That's step 1. What I did there. We just always multiply top by the common denominator. All right, yeah, and then from there, you say, all right, I got equal sign. Get rid of the 6y. Gonzo. So we have 36 equals 1y, so that's just it. That's y. Y is 36.
This is 7 and 6.
Are we good? Not a problem? Y is 36. No questions? Is that good? So what do we always do? We always look at the denominators. All right, say I need one of each. 6y, put it in the top, only the top when you have an equal sign. Because you're doing left, right. All right, so we have got 50 over z minus 50 over z minus 4 is 5 over z. Okay, same thing. Multiply top by the common denominator.
What would it be? Z to the second minus 4z?
Yeah, so what's the common denominator?
Z and Z minus
Yeah, what have we learned? You're shopping, and what are you going to buy?
1 of them.
One of each. So you're going to buy one z and z minus 4 is a package, glued package, right? A single z and a z minus 4 package. You don't take both z's, do you? So it's z minus 4. It's z minus 4. Z minus 4. Top. Z minus 4. Is that good? Top. Z minus 4. Z minus 4. Z minus 4. Hey, you know what? I'm breaking my rule. Never subtract. What am I supposed to do with that subtraction?
Subtract.
Move it up on that 50. You don't have to, but it'll keep you from errors.
But
Remember, you
it's
add the opposite.
It's going to subtract 1.
It is. It's not really technically different.
Technically, it wasn't wrong.
So you should get it from there. How we doing? Is you making it through? So z cancels z. So you cross cancel, multiply the leftovers. What's left over here? 50 z minus 4. You can multiply them right away or next step, whichever. Z minus 4 cancels z minus 4. What do you get? Negative 50. Z equals, there's the equal sign. Z cancels z. What's left over? 5 z minus 4. And then distribute. Notice, no more fractions. Distribute. Is that good to there? Is that making sense? And then just gather like terms. Well, these cancel. That's kind of nice. So what do we got here? Minus 200 equals 5z minus 20. Got to get the z alone, so add 20 to both sides. And that's what? Minus 180. And last step, divide by 5. Is that what it is? Wasn't that the last answer? Yeah, 36. That's negative 36.
36.
Yeah. Is that good? Did you get that? Questions I can answer. It's making sense? Common denominator, top, cross cancel, multiply what's left over. All right, if you got that down, I'll move along. A little more spice in this lecture. All right, so it's going to get a little more interesting here. So, x, make that a little better. X over x minus 8 plus x over x squared minus 64 equals x plus 9 over x plus 8. Okay. So what do we got to do first? Yeah, that denominator, just like in the last section, if there's any denominators not factored, we got to do that. Yeah, so that x squared minus 64 right here, we got to factor that. So let's definitely do that. You know how it factors. X plus 8x minus 8. Okay, we all good to there? Now, multiply through, top by the common denominator, right? So what is the common denominator?
X plus 8, X minus 8.
Yeah, x plus 8x minus 8. Huh? X plus 8x minus 8. X plus 8x minus 8. X plus 8x minus 8. Top.
The second term, so does that mean that the bottom just fully cancels and
Yep.
it's only X?
Right.
Okay.
Good. Top like that. Then cancel and multiply whatever's left over. So I'm going to jump in because then that's when something different will happen. So x minus 8 cancels x minus 8. What's left over? X times x plus 8. These both cancel in the middle. All you got is x. X plus 8's cancel here. Got x plus 9, x minus 8. Good so far? Now distribute. X squared plus 8x plus x. Distribute. Squared minus 8x, boom, boom. Plus 9x minus 72. Oh, actually, no, it won't be too bad. Just combine like terms. Am I racing ahead of you? You good so far? I should slow down. Does everybody see what's going on? Good. So 8x and 1x be 9x, huh? So it's x squared plus 9x over here. Minus 8x plus 9 is plus 1x. You get to there? Now, notice we have the exact same amount of x squared on both sides. What always happens when you have the exact same amount of x squared on both sides? Just cancels out. If they were different, then that'd be a different story. They'd combine. But if they're exactly the same, it's just bye-bye from both sides, right? I'm kind of running out of room here. Need to come up here, I guess. So now, what do I have? So bringing it up here. Now, what's left on the left side? 9x. What's left on the right side? X minus 72. Good. The x squared's dropped off of both sides. So what do? You have x's on opposite sides of the wall. Just subtract the x, huh? Minus x minus x. Gonzo. 9x minus x. This is 8x. Is 72. Divide by 8. Oh, negative. Thank you. Negative 72. I lost that minus sign. Minus 72. So then x is minus 9. 72 divided by 8, or negative 72 divided by 8, it's negative 9. Is that okay? Questions I can answer? All right. How you doing? This chapter's a mess. You doing okay? Messy business here. 4y squared minus 36. Okay, so you gotta, well, you tell me, what do you gotta do first?
You gotta take the 4 out of
Yeah, we gotta factor that 4y squared minus 36, don't we? This has gotta be factored right here. So how do you factor that? You take a 4 out, huh?
But then it'd be y.
So first take the 4. Remember, GCF first. Take out what's in common first.
Y plus 3 y minus.
And then that's y plus 3 and y minus 3. So that denominator ends up being 4, y plus 3, y minus 3, doesn't it? Maybe I should have let you do that. Maybe we're going too fast. So go ahead and finish it from there.
So the whole common denominator is going to be 4 times y plus 3, y minus 3.
Correct. The whole thing. And so the common denominator is the whole thing, huh? You need the 4, the y plus 3, and the y minus 3. Common denominator is one of each. Multiply through 4y plus 3y minus 3, 4y plus 3y minus 3, 4y plus 3y minus 3. So multiply through top by the whole common denominator. Now cancel whatever you can, multiply what's left over. This cancels, leaves 1. This cancels, what's left? 4 times 4 is 16, y plus 3, is that okay there? So far, then that's going to distribute. Y plus 3's cancel here. What's left? 1 times 4, which is just 4, y minus 3. Everybody see what happened there? Is that what you all are getting? Can you finish it? Have you finished it?
Oh, so the second term is going to be 16y plus 48?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. So now we distribute, so distribute that 16. 16y plus 48. Distribute that 4y minus 12. Is that good? Combine stuff. So the 1 and the 48 would be 49. These problems just keep going and going now. Kind of running out of room again. We have to come back up here. So bringing it up here. Where we got 16y plus 49 equals 4y minus 12. Okay. So now we got y's on both sides. You know the game from here. Subtract 4y from both sides. That's gonzo. So that'll leave us with 12y plus 49 is minus 12. Bring that down. Subtract the 49 from both sides. Bring it over here. What does that give us? 12y equals, what do these guys make? Minus 61. Last step of many steps. There we go. Negative 61 twelfths. We got it. Did you get it? Is that good? Questions I can answer. You good with all those steps? Kind of the same thing every time, huh? Just common denominator, top, top, top. Cancel and finish from there. Clear that one off. We good? Questions on that one? Right, I'm going to... Okay, so... CO, this is just messy. All right, I'm going to... All right, I'll keep it a C. C over 8C minus 72. Get rid of that. Minus 9 over C squared minus 18C plus 81 equals C minus 8 over 9C minus 81. Yeah. We good. Okay, got it. What do we got to do first?
Factor everything.
Yeah, all those denominators need to be factored, don't they?
How about changing the negative?
Oh, yeah, and don't subtract. You're right, you're right. Yeah, let's move this minus sign up here. Yeah, so we'll make that a... Yeah, move that up there. Make that a negative 9 up there. Right? Remember, we never subtract. Instead, we add the opposite. Good job. Yeah, so never subtract. Move subtraction symbols to the upper right. Instead of subtracting 9, add a negative 9. It's just easier not to forget the negative later. Just put it right on. It's like it puts it right in your face. Puts it right on that 9 so you won't forget it later. That's basically all we're doing. Right at your eye level. All right, so factor all those denominators. The one in the middle is going to be identical twins.
Would that be squared?
So we make that squared. Yeah.
It helps me if I write them both out because that way I know which one's cancel.
Yeah, I guess you don't really need to on this one. It doesn't really matter. So take out the 8. This one's C minus 9, C minus 9. This one's take out the 9. Is that okay? Yeah, so you don't really need to make that squared in the middle. It doesn't really matter. Either way. You can make it squared or not. Whatever. It's good either way. Is that okay on the factoring? I took out a GCF in the left and the right side. In the middle, it was just 2 parentheses. You know, maybe I should make that squared because, yeah, now when I go to make the, so we get to there? Mm-hmm. Now it's time to form the common denominator. And to put it top, 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 because I have an equal sign. I'm not doing top and bottom, I'm just doing top, 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 and canceling, right? So if I'm going to form the common denominator, what's the rule for how you form the common denominator? What do we do with this out front 8 and this out front 9? They're not part of packages, they're just out front 8 and 9. You put them in a box, 8 and 9, right? Out front numbers, LCD, you put them in a box. Now, what goes in 8 and 9? Nothing. So what do you do then?
72.
Just times them, 9 times 8, 72. So the 8 and the 9, their common element is 72. Now we've also got letter packages. So what do I do with a C minus 9, a C minus 9 squared, another C minus 9? What do? What's the rule? We're shopping, we're buying what? One of each. So I'm not taking all those C minus 9 packages. I'm just not taking all the whatever cheese I think I said last time. I'm just taking the most expensive cheese. Which one's most expensive? The squared. That's why it's important to show that power. Because then you see, oh, it's the squared one. I want the squared one. Does that make sense? We're not taking them all. You remember, when you're shopping, you're only buying one of every variety. The most expensive cheese, the most expensive milk, etc. So we're buying the C minus 9 squared. So what's the LCD then? 72 and C minus 9 squared. Let me put that in there. So it's kind of running out of room here. So it's 72 and C minus 9 squared. I'm gonna get this out of the way so it doesn't get all confusing. So 7, so I put this top, 72, C minus 9 squared, 72, C minus 9 squared. They each get one top, right? That's what we always do with the common denominator. Top, when we have an equal sign. And what do we do from there? So you cross cancel. Yeah, use your calculator, divide, cross cancel, and whatever's left over will multiply. Cross cancel, multiply the leftovers.
So, just so I think I know what I'm doing, the first term, it's gonna be C times C minus 9.
So 8 will go into 72 9 times.
It's gonna be 9, yeah.
And C minus 9 cancels one of the C minus 9s up there.
Yeah.
So what's left over from that first fraction?
9C times C minus 9.
Good. 9C and another C minus 9. 9C, C minus 9, which will multiply in a minute to be whatever it is. But is everybody good with that? So C, my C's, I should have used X's. My C's look like little parentheses. Okay. All right, we all good there? Make my C's a little more distinct. Good for that first one? Everybody see what happened? 8 went into 72 9 times. C minus 9 on the bottom canceled one of the C minus 9s on the top. We're left over 9C, C minus 9 for the first one. Plus, now the middle one. Do this one in the middle here. C minus 9 squared, C minus 9 squared. What's left over? Whatever 72 times minus 9 is. Was it 648?
Yeah.
Thank you. Equals, and then do the right side. Right side. 9 into 72 8 times. C minus 9 cancels one of those C minus 9s on the top. So the right side's going to be a bit of a mess. What's left over on the right side? 8, C minus 8, and C minus 9. Or you can switch the order. Order doesn't matter. Does everybody see that all that stuff is left over on the right side? Eight, C minus 8, and another C minus 9. Okay, we good so far? Now, the right side can really mess people over. Let me finish the left side here. Boom, boom. 9C squared minus 81C. Good to there? Yeah, I just multiplied out the left side. 9C squared minus 81C. Now the right side, the 8. What I would do is I would just let the 8 sit there for a minute. Remember when we have, bless you. Remember when you have like a number, a couple parentheses. You just do all the parentheses first. So just do the parentheses first. So let the 8 sit there for a minute. The C will go boom, boom. C squared minus 9C, boom, boom. Minus 8C plus 72. Right, good. Yeah, well, I would combine these first. Minus 17C in there. Then distribute the 8. This is problem's going on and on and on and on and on. And there's no soon end in sight. Something else bad's going to happen. I don't know if you see it coming, but we're going to have a c squared term that hangs around. All right, we good so far? Now distribute that 8 through the right side. Have I lost you? Am I alone solving this problem now? Minus 80 and 56. What's that? What's 8 times 17? 136 maybe? 560 and 16. 5. Is that 576? Is that right?
Yes.
We getting those numbers right? You who have calculators?
Oh, okay. You just did, you combined one step and I was like lost for a second.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll put the negatives.
We good? We good to there? So I'm ready to show you something new if you're good with all that mess. I'm going to erase this stuff down below here because we still got a few steps to go, unfortunately. This problem just keeps going and going and going. Okay, so here's the wall. We've got c squared on both sides, but they're not the same amount. Right? We got 9c squared over here and only 8 there.
Get rid of the small one.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen when you get rid of the smaller one? When you get rid of the smaller one, that's exactly right, like this, you're going to have a leftover c squared, right? We're going to have a leftover c squared. Now, is that a big deal? Well, not a huge deal, but a little bit. We're going to basically have to solve an x squared equation or c squared equation. Good job. Remember what you do when you have an x squared equation? What do you do whenever x squared rears its ugly head, because it just did? All of a sudden, in the middle of our problem, I always do like a sea monster. All of a sudden, you're out in the ocean, a nice day of sailing, I guess. I've never really sailed, but there's the sea monster. All of a sudden, c squared, x squared, I'm just trying to do weird things so you remember this stuff. So if x squared suddenly shows up, or c squared on the scene, you want to remember, get a 0. Get a 0. Factor, with the parentheses, and then each one equals 0. Do you remember that game plan? That you just have to, because that can happen at any time in any problem with an equal sign. Suddenly x squared. See, the other one, we had x squareds, but they always dropped off, didn't they? Like right here. See how x squared just went away? The sea monster did not rear its ugly head. It just went away. And so when I got to solving, it was just regular x. Everybody see the difference? The x squared dropped off here, and it was just regular x, and that's no problem. You know how to just get x alone. Easy to do. But here, x squared or c squared is going to hang around. So when x squared or c squared with an equal sign hangs around, you got to get a 0. So you should be thinking, oh, c squared, the sea monster is here. So what do? Get a 0. Get a 0 where? On the opposite side from x squared. So c squared is here. So I'm going to make the right side 0. So how do you make the right side 0? Just do the opposite of everything. Opposite of 136. I'm doing x. See? And the opposite of 576. Gone, 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 0.
So you don't move it up and change the sign like we did on the last?
You could. This is just quicker. I'm just trying to do it quicker. So, plus 136. Oh, did I lose the C here? C. Minus 576. The 136 came out when I distributed the 8. 8 times 17. 8 times 72. Got those big numbers? That 8 in the front. There was an 8 in the front all the time. And he distributed. So I got a 0 on the right side because I did the opposite of everybody on the right side. Opposite, 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 0. Whatever I did to one side, I've got no choice but to do the same thing to the other to keep the balance, right? So now let's combine them. Minus 81C plus 136C. What's that? 56. 55, thank you. Make those 5s a little better.
And then negative 1, 2, 2.
What is it?
I think it's negative 1224.
1224. Okay. It's an awful problem. Are you still with me?
Now we have to factor that.
Now we got to factor that. Not kidding. Calculator for sure, right? You got to take the one. Remember how we do the 1, 2, 2, 4, and you just try dividing by stuff till you can get like a 55 in the middle. I have no idea what works. I would divide by, I don't know. 12. Somebody have a calculator? 12. What's that divided by 12? Can I borrow a calculator? Somebody have one?
My Casio natural
Thanks.
display.
Yes, the Casio natural display. You should just be able to talk to it, and it does the problem for me. All right, 102. So that's not it, because 12 and 102 can't make 55. I got to go bigger. Divide by 14. Probably need to go bigger than that. No, it didn't work. It gave me nothing. I'm gonna go like. I really have no idea. I'm gonna try to go like 18 maybe. This is really awful numbers. 18 and 68. What's their difference? 50.
You took my calculator.
I went too far. Yeah, do you see what I'm doing? Let me hold on. I'm probably doing stuff that you're not sure what I'm doing. I'm taking the 1224. I'm trying to find two numbers, right, that multiply to be 1224, and yet somehow add or subtract to be the 55. You with me? Trying to find, I need a factor. I need like two parentheses.
The bigger number is going to be positive.
Yeah, how did two numbers multiply to be negative? One positive, one negative, right? So I know I have one positive, one negative. Thus, I know they're really going to subtract. That's what a positive and a negative do. How we doing? After an hour and 40 minutes of talking math at you, you still with me? I lost you? So I'm looking for two numbers. So you just take your calculator, take 1224, and try dividing by different things. You're looking for a pair that can subtract to be 55. Well, when I got 12 and 102, they subtract to be, 90 or something. They're not even close. Then I went up to 18. I got 18 and 68. What do they subtract to be?
50.
Only 50. Too low. I went too low. It's like I'm playing warmer, colder. I went this way for a while, and they said warmer, colder. So I went too far. I got to back up. Do you see how I know that? When I tried 12, the difference was like 90, way too big. Up to 18, the difference dropped to 50. 55 is between 90 and 50. So I got to go, so it's like 17 or something, I bet. Would be my guess. 17 and 72. There it is. Difference is 55. 17 and 72. If you subtract them, you get 55. See how I knew where to look? By the warmer, colder kind of thinking, bigger, smaller. See how I was tracking in on it? Right? I just took the 1224. You just start dividing by things, but you pay attention to what's happening. As you get numbers, you think, what's their difference? The difference between 102 and 12 is 90, way too big. Then I did 18. 1868 was 50. I went past it. I went too small. It's 55. Let me back up a little bit. Tried 17. Sure enough. There it is. 17 to 72. Now, what are the signs? Sign in the middle is plus. Sign on the bigger is plus, right? Sign in the middle always goes to the bigger. Minus. Then you know what to do from there, right? You said each one equal to 0. Can I just jump to the answer? It's plus 17 minus 72. Woo. There it is. Those are the two answers. All right. There'll be like 8 of those on the next test. No. Maybe one that hard.
Ruthlessness.
Yeah. Well, I didn't make this stuff up. I'm just helping you with it.
No, but you have admitted that you get to choose which ones are on there.
I gotta do the WASC curriculum.
Oh, God.
Questions I can answer. Terrible one. All right, let's try this one. It'll be terrible too. Yeah, it's gonna have x squared. Yeah. Oh no, they're gonna go away. Yeah, no, this one won't be bad. X squared will drop out of this one. You'll see. So 7x plus 2 over x minus 2. So maybe that was the only really bad one. Let's say this one won't be really bad. X squared minus 4.
We need it just to like peak in the middle and then get easier towards the end.
Okay, well it certainly peaked. We'll see what it does at the end here.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe there's a higher peak.
Uh,
Get your calculator, huh? All right, so factor that denominator in the middle, and then LCD, top, top, top. So that denominator in the middle factors, right? You good to there? Now the LCD, top, top, top. So LCD is x plus 2, x minus 2, right? One of each.
Oh, I like
So x squared will drop out on this one. You'll get 7x squared on both sides. It'll drop out. So this will be easier.
There's no solution.
Okay, common denominator. X plus 2, x minus 2. X plus 2, x minus 2. X plus 2, x minus 2. Cancels. The middle, everything cancels. What do we get? We get x plus 2 times 7x plus 2. In the middle, everything cancels and we just get 64. On the right side, the x plus 2's cancel, and we get 7x minus 2. X minus 2, good. No more denominators, no more fractions. Canceling them all out of there. Good. Now we distribute. Boom, boom. 7x squared plus 2x plus 14x plus 4. Here we distribute. 7x squared minus 14x, boom, boom. Minus 2x plus 4. We good? How we doing?
So 7x squared drops out. And
So now drop the 7x squareds out of both sides. Can I just cancel them out? That okay? I don't want to draw another line. Boom, boom. Just subtract. You just subtract 7x squared from both sides,
and
right?
also the 16.
Gonzo, gonzo. So now gather like terms. 2x and 14x is 16x.
Never mind.
Minus 14x and minus 2x is minus 16x. 64 and 4 is 68. Get you there? You good? And then, yeah, you might, these 16x's are not going to drop out because they're opposite signs. Right? They're staying. In fact, they're going to combine to be 32x. Boom. It cancels here. I add 16 to both sides. It cancels there. But over there it makes 32, doesn't it? 32x plus 4. This is 68. We're close. We're close to getting no answer. Let me show you. So let me bring it over here. So 32x plus 4 is 68. So subtract 4 from both sides, so minus 4 from both sides. We get 32x is 64. Last step. Divide by 32. X is 2. But no. Yeah. After all that work. Remember that we can never make the bottom of a fraction 0? That's the big no-no in math.
What's that?
You might, I know you're probably thinking, what in the world? Where'd that come from? Came from nowhere. If you take that answer 2, he's not really the answer. Why not? Because if you put him back in the beginning, like right here in the very first step, what does he do to that denominator? Makes it 0. So it's no. After all that work, it's no solution. Okay, I'm not going to put that on the test, and you can make note that what is this? Number 10. Number 10 in the homework is no solution. It will be for you too. They'll change the numbers, but it'll be no solution. No solution. Make a note of it. Number 10. So I'm not going to put that on the test. That'd be a little frustrating, I think. So technically, though,
No,
it's
but
true.
other than you telling us is if we tried to put x equals 2 in there, how would we know how we were wrong?
Yeah, any answer that makes the denominator 0 is not allowed.
So,
Right, that's not the first time you've heard that, right?
But the
Denominators can't be 0 in a
but the
fraction.
instructions don't tell us to check it. So if
What it means to solve means
Yeah.
to find what's true. They don't need to say any more than that. To solve means to find the truth. And the truth is 2 doesn't solve it. So up a little bit after exam 2, huh? It's a little bit messy. 4y over y plus 2 plus 8 over y plus 7 is 16 over y squared plus 2y. Hey, let's factor that y squared plus 2y right away. Right? Take out a y. That's y times y plus 2. So just do that right away. All right. Now you got 4 terms. 3 on the left, 1 on the right. That 7's his own separate term. What do? What you always do with an equal sign in fractions. LCD, top, 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 4 tops.
What? Oh, you gotta take out a y.
Good. So what's the LCD? Y and y plus 2, huh? The 7's not a denominator, you know. So the LCD is just y and y plus 2. Oh, this is going to be y squared. Yeah, so you're going to get y squared and it's going to stay. So that means get a 0. As soon as you see that y squared, get a 0. Sea monster appears, get a 0. So y plus 2 y plus 2, y plus 2, y plus 2. Right, so everybody, all four of them, get y plus 2. Top, 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 top. And then cross cancel. Multiply what's left over. Y plus 2's cancel. So we get 4y squared. Good. You moving on okay? So the y cancels y. What are we left with? 8 and y plus 2. I wish I left more room because then that one's going to be a mess. So it should have been 4y squared plus 8y plus 2 plus 7y times y plus 2. Over here, it all cancels, just 16. So everybody good to there? No more fractions? To there, we good? All right, get rid of the fractions in the first step. So then we distribute. Boom, 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 boom.
This is a happy accident.
4y squared, 8y plus 16, 7y squared plus 14y, 16. Good. All right, 4y squared and 7y squared. Combine like terms, 11y squared, 8y and 14y. What's that, 22y? Plus 16 equals 16. All right, am I losing you? You good to there? Are we happy? So what do we do now? What do we do whenever y squared, the sea monster, there it is, what do we do? Get a 0, right? We good with that? We see y squared, x squared equals whatever. Get a 0, factor. I think if you just remember that get a 0 thing, you'll roll the rest out. So get a 0. So that means make the opposite side a big egg, 0, right? You make the opposite side 0. That's what we always do when x squared rears its ugly head. Good? You got to know that like somebody wakes you up in the middle of the night. X squared with an equal sign. Get a 0. Because it'll pop up out of nowhere throughout the rest of the course. We'll be doing totally other things, and all of a sudden there's x squared with an equal sign. Get a 0. It's got to go right into that mode. Get a 0. Okay? And then we got 11y squared plus 22y. It's nice. These guys drop out. That's a happy coincidence. So, bring it over here. What do we got? 11y squared. It's going to make it easier. Plus 22y equals 0. Now, step 1, get a 0. Got it. Step 2, factor. How do you factor that? Take out 11. It's a GCF. Huh? We don't do the 2 parentheses because it's not 3 terms anymore. Because this 16 here dropped out. If it was 3 terms, that's when we do the 2 parentheses. You know that. You just finished the factoring test, and most of you did very, very well. So just take out the GCF. Leaves y plus 2. Like that. That good. Right? And then what do you do from there? You set. Question, Renee?
Do you set
11y. Can
Mhm.
you set that
Every
equal to
part that
0?
has the letter. Yeah, because the letter's the variable. It can vary and be different things, right? So the 11y and the y plus 2 each get their own potential to be 0. 11y can be 0, and y plus 2 can be 0. Does that make sense? Because two things times to be 0, either one can be 0 to make them times and be 0. That's the logic, right? So, finish solving for y. How do you solve this one for y? You divide by 11, and what is 0 over 11? It's just 0. This one, you'd move the 2 to the other side, and it's -2. We got two answers. Both are good answers. 0 and -2. Oh, no, the negative... Oh, no. They're both bad. They're both bad. Look, 0 will make that denominator 0, and -2 will make that one 0. No solution. Number 11, no solution.
Doesn't this insanity ever end?
And there it is. Both are bad. Both are bad.
Are we there yet?
We got one more. Let's see our last one.
Brain hurts.
All right. So 4y minus 32
You have to come at it with conviction.
over y squared plus 7y minus 8. 1 minus y. Yeah, this one. Yeah, you take a guess. You can always guess. And then it says, oh. All right, so, okay, this one's got, let me let you do what's important at least. I think the rest is regular, but if you just get the first step down, he's got some of the issues. It's a good reminder because tonight, or this weekend's homework is both these sections. This is going to be a lot of homework, 5.2, 5.5. Here we will start to separate the passers from the failers. And I don't say that to discourage, I say that to hearten you. To give you warning, right? If a cliff is coming, it's helpful to know it's there, right? So I want to let you know, some people in this class will not do this homework this weekend, and they will begin their descent to not pass this class. You can't do that in a math class. You've got to make it through 5.2 and 5.5. These are really important sections. So do what it takes. Get the help you need. Look back at the YouTubes. Come see me. Come see Roberto. Get it through. So, just a good reminder for the last section. You see what we got here? What's this guy saying? He's saying, I got a problem. Turn me around. Right? Remember, you can never have the letter subtracted at the back. Letter subtracted at the back. Don't allow that. So what do you do to fix that?
Top and bottom by -1.
Everybody remember? Top and bottom. Before it's step 0, exactly.
Well, and then you also gotta,
And what's the other one? No subtraction. Good. It's a good reminder to have both those here at the end. Right? We don't subtract. Never subtract. What do? You make it add, and then you change both the signs. Minus y minus 4. Say good. And then this denominator, of course, needs to be factored. And look, guys, let me help you out with a big hint. If you're looking to factor this, any idea how it may factor? They're going to make it match the other ones. They always are. It's going to be y minus 1, y plus 8. Yeah, it works. Those add to be plus 7. Those multiply to be -8. Of course. They always do that. So you can help yourself out that way.
so the top ones are 5 out of 4.
What's that?
This one,
Oh, good question. Good question. What about factoring a 4 out of this?
You're not going to want to
Because it's the top, I don't. Really good question, though. Super good question. Remember, all of our focus is denominator, huh? Even though you're right, a 4 would factor out of that. I don't want to do that because only the bottom that I want to factor. All my focus on the bottom at first. Yeah, so we got it. We got it turned around. We got no subtraction. Now, what's the common denominator? Well, it's one of each, huh? Everybody see the common numbers? Y minus 1, y plus 8. y minus 1, y plus 8, y minus 1, y plus 8, y minus 1, y plus 8. Even the right side, even that 0, of course that's going to do nothing. 0 times anything is just 0. But I did do y minus 1, y plus 8 everywhere. These will cancel. And what are we left with? 4y minus 32. Right? Everything canceled in the first fraction. Multiply them through by the common number. In the middle, the y minus 1s cancel, and what are we left with? Y minus 4, y plus 8. On the right side, the y plus 8s cancel, and what are we left with? Y minus 1 minus y minus 4. I'm going to go dot, dot, dot at this point. Y, let me give you a hint. Y squared will cancel. So this will have an answer, and won't be too terrible. Because y squared, you can tell y squared is going to drop out right here. There's a minus y squared, and the other one's a plus. Y squared is going to drop out. So it's going to be nice in that sense. All right, let me give you your clicker, and we'll call it a day.
So since we didn't get the answer, we didn't technically finish this section.
Technically.
So it shouldn't